got a couple super chats. Pondering Jew, and forgive me, I'm going to try and pronounce this. You guys know I'm horrible at it. Shalom from Jerusalem. Rabbi, how can Christians look past simple historical mistakes in the New Testament, like placing Maris Hamempela in Shechem or Shem?
Mind-blowing.
I am really, really... Do you understand that? Or do I...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll explain it. Mind-blowing. I don't know if in all my... And I've been broadcasting a long time. I don't know if anyone ever asked that question before. And what I'm about to say, you will definitely have heard of. So what he's talking about is the Maris HaMachpelah. I should just translate that. And the Maris HaMachpelah is the tomb in which Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are buried along with their wives. Rachel's buried in Beis Lechem in Bethlehem. Okay, so that's in Hebron. Hebron, so you just understand logistically, I can walk to Hebron from Jerusalem. It's really close. You have to pass Bethlehem to get to Hebron, but if you're looking at a map, it's all in Judea. It's like right in the same thing. I mean, it would be a whole day walk to walk there, but it's really close. Okay, that's where the tomb of the patriarchs there, and that's where hundreds of thousands of people visit every year. I mean, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah are buried there. It's big. It's the building it's in. The building it's in today is one of the oldest operational buildings in the entire world. It was built, the outer structure today is 2,000 years old, was built by Herod. So this is a really important place. It's the second holiest place in all the world after Jerusalem. I mean, Hebron is the place essentially where Judaism was born in a certain sense. Abraham emerges, where David, King David, began his kingship. His palace began in Hebron and only moved to Jerusalem later on during his 40-year reign. So this is like what I want to convey to you is the importance and centrality of Hebron. Okay. You got that all? This is not like anybody is buried there. This is not Grant's tomb, and then 90% of people don't know who Grant is. Like they heard of him, but they don't know for sure. This is Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. This is so important that Herod the Great had nothing better to do but build a tomb around the existing tomb, which is used, and I'm there very, very frequently. It's visited by, I don't know how many people, but just rest assured, everybody knows where it is. You got the setup? Now, the reason why this setup is vital is you often hear from Christian apologists that you could tell from Luke that he had an intimate familiarity with the land of Israel. He knew there were sycamore trees over here, and they knew there were oak trees here, and if you go like this, there was a tree, and there was a cloud. They knew what kind of coin they were using. You see, Luke, he had such a knowledge of what was going on in Israel at the time. He knew if somebody coughed, he knew which way to say Gesundheit. He knew I hear this, and I'm going like, really? That's it? Like, I could know what's going on in Hong Kong without, whatever. But I'm going, the author of Luke knew so little that he didn't know where the Maris HaMachpelah is, where the tomb of the patriarchs is. And he places the tomb of the patriarchs not in Hebron, which is, as I said, just south of Jerusalem. It's really close, but in Shechem, like 100 kilometers north, like way off. That's not like Long Island is not technically part of New York City, but it's like really close, and you can say, I'm from New York. No, it's nothing like that. It's Shechem. Modern day, it's called Nablus. That's a monument. It's not an error. You can't, if somebody says that the Empire State Building is in San Diego, then you pretty much know that this person has no idea. I mean, to say...
I have to say, though, when I went to Kuwait one time, I was over there for contract work, and...
we should have met up. Kuwait's my favorite place. This is where I go all the time, whatever else.
It's 2010. Well, they were like, where are you from? I said, North Carolina, and they're like, New York! Like, they automatically just knew it was
No, but
New
this
York.
can't be. This is like saying the Grand Canyon is located in Chicago. This is not... No, that's the point. This is much more. This is the Grand Canyon is located in New York. That means This is massive. By the way, a footnote for those of you who don't understand the size of the land of Israel, it's tiny, really tiny. I mean, you wouldn't know that because we make the headlines all the time. You'd think we're as big as China. We're not. Really, really small. Like, Israel is so tiny that it's like one of the only countries in the world that when you're looking at a globe, the names of the cities are in the Mediterranean because they can't actually fit into the place. Like, yeah, it's in the blue because you just can't fit Jerusalem and Hebron in it. So you're always like, the names are all in the Mediterranean Sea. It's a really tiny place. Okay, 25,000 square, not miles, but kilometers. It's really small, just very tiny. And these are really far away in terms of Israel. And these are very important places, meaning Shechem, Nablus, is where Joseph was buried. It's a really important place in the Bible. It really comes up a lot. So that means that this is not a, like you say if North Carolina, someone in Kuwait says, oh, that's New York. Because, like, what's North Carolina? Someone to think. These are really significant places. Both are. And they're really, I mean, Shechem is up in the north, way up in, all the way up in Samaria. Hebron is in the heart of the Holy Land, in the heart of Judea. It's like smack in the middle of Judea. So they couldn't be more further apart. And the question I pose is that here's what I'm saying. So the author made, this is not just small, this is a monumental error. But here's my point. So you go, people make mistakes. Fine. I want to just sort of push this along. People make mistakes. Mistakes happen. Do not argue that the author of Luke was intimately familiar with the land of Israel. Stop that. It's nonsense. Stop arguing that, on the, the road from Jericho with the Good Samaritan, whatever, he knew there was certain kind of trees in this area, and this steep incline was this. There's all nonsense. If you say that the Empire State Building is located in San Francisco, then you have no clue, because that's a really important landmark in a very important city. But they're at two ends of Interstate 80. And Interstate 80, for those of you who are not from the United States, it's just a really big road. I mean, you can just start at the George Washington Bridge, and I think wind up at San Francisco. But it's like 3,000 miles apart. It's two ends, very different. All right, so the only thing they have in common is they both vote blue. That's it. So stop. So I'm saying this, that the Christian apologists need to look, do what you want. And I watch this, and I'm going, like, what? Like Luke knew about what kind of coinage they use. This is a very important place, the land of Israel. This is the land of Israel technically is Southwest Asia. I can walk to Europe. Got it? And I can walk to Africa there because we have a Suez Canal. Well, it means Israel really is the connector of these three continents and the Mediterranean Sea. If anything moved in the ancient world, it was the Mediterranean Sea. This is really an important place. To not know that,
yeah. To
get that wrong about Israel, this is not, getting it wrong about, Zululand. This is a really significant place. Okay. I didn't mean to throw a tantrum on air, but
no. That was.
But
that
no
was
one
a great
raises
question.
this. Like no one. Like you've heard this apologetic that Luke was. I'm not going to mention them by name, but I hear it all the time. Oh, they knew the geography. They knew the coin. How did he know? Like he didn't know that. That's humongous.